Okay, let's get started. Hokage Minato versus Hokage Naruto. Who is the better Hokage? Now it's Lord 7's move tricks. To explain to you our versus battle video. Now both these contenders really are very unique when it comes to Hokage and being intricate. And disclaimer for this video, Tsunade is one of the best Hokages in terms of how she got the other nations involved. It's critiquing both Hokages, what they did for the village, what generation they led, how they handled being Hokage as a whole. Something really important that you have to know about Hokages. It comes from her bloodline. Tsunade is the granddaughter, Lily, of first Hokage Hashirama Shinju, aside from his brother Todorama Senju, head the Uchiha clan, that they need to all be exterminated. A lot of different things come when it comes to ideals of the Hokage. But for Minato and Naruto, not so much. Minato was a monotone fool that died too easily. Naruto's ideal was a bowl of ramen noodles, thing of Hokage. But let's be fair, in all seriousness for this video, the thing that I have to know is really that I get into on working the subject is that they both had Saints and Six Path mode, were acting side by side in the 4th Great Ninja War. Them having both Kurama power up is a really good comparison for this video. Now before I get into the work of this video, I have to disclaim that literally when it comes to Minato and his grandson Boruto, that they both did horrible jobs as parents. Not Naruto and ex-reality, because Boruto is spoiled. We're saying who led their kid on to loneliness, tragedy to his very end, who led his kid on to being spoiled with the Kardashians. So anyway, let's kickstart this video. We're starting off with the 4th Hokage, Mount Rushmore, Minato Namikaze. Original story of Naruto goes is Minato dies and the 3rd Hokage, Hiruzen, takes over in the 1st chapter in the beginning. Now, there's a lot of things I have to say about Minato, being Hokage. First off, he took off for Hiruzen, where it came to knowledge, and he learned their Sengan from Lord Jiraiya, who got offered to be the Hokage, but passed it up and gave the role to Tsunade. Minato is known as the fastest ninja in the Hidden Elite Village, known by Raijin from Todorama Senju. The fact of the matter is, Minato is an okay president. The truth of the matter is, the war that he started in wasn't really that particularly of a war if you ask the Naruto fanbase. And his leadership as a Hokage, I have to say, is half-assed. Couldn't be inspirational like the other 3. One thing he did have was a keen observation, skill, and will to drive, or to be Hokage. In other words, he had discipline. And how discipline came into a contributing factor of him being Hokage was recognized that the Elite Village is young at the time. Advanced for him to take responsibility, and it all ends him facing his former student Obito Uchiha as the masked man Toby himself. Now, very things are contributing lately to him being Hokage, including his relationship with Kusina, but to sum it up, came to him 9-tailed fox lately, and what he did as a Hokage on the whole is that willing to sacrifice himself for the village, which is the lily, the bear, the core, and the basis of the Hokage. That he didn't get intricate. Others were coming to the Hokage were mastering all jutsu. In fact, he took jutsu. In reality, he was stern for the job. All the way to a point where he realizes that Tsunade is the first granddaughter. He puts on and protects the village for royalty. And more secrets had to deal with him having a 9-tailed fox inside his baby. Lily, what used to be his spouse Kushina, him being the teacher of Hokage, who is a jack of all trades. It is irony, Lily, and when he established the speed in the 3rd Great Ninja War, Lily with the Hokage, he established that Lily, he was one of the most intricate ninjas in terms of speed and ability. And when we have characters like the Hokage and Killer Bee, transfer over to other arts, Lily, when they make contracts with Tsunade, by bigger periods like Madara, it shows Lily where Minato comes into play when he is reanimated when he's fighting in the war, the 4th Great Ninja War with Naruto side by side. What does that mean, Lily, with Naruto? It's spoiled Lily by a boy named Naruto in the very 2nd episode. Konohamaru is now currently Naruto's right-hand man. Giving the Boruto, in my opinion, Konohamaru being a pervert, way more organic feeling than Boruto just being spoiled, going around the Elite Village with no ideals at all. But Konohamaru wanted to be the 8th Hokage, which is a debate I'm saving for another time. Boruto didn't give a crap about anything. He hated Naruto for being the 7th, was willing to cheat at the tuning exams. Minato's speed and perspiration literally made him a great Hokage, but nothing compared to the others. I was okay because his bland, aspects as a warrior, but led him to be the most coolest and calmest Hokage, but he's nothing compared to the 2nd. But I feel about Minato where it comes to him being judgmental as a parent, literally knowing that Naruto was going to struggle, having Naruto literally stab him literally in his chest, The second snapped the fourth. I forgot about the third in this video. Felt like, Minato was half right, literally. If you give somebody, a blind aspect, literally, they can't hold on to ideals, even though he held on to the idea of Sasuke for, cry about some time. Came to actually pick, the parent for Naruto, Minato scored a plus out of 10. The whole deal with him and Kushina has to deal with the Uzumaki's literally fucking their hidden elite village, alongside with the Uchiha. It was a Uchiha literally sealed within the nine-tailed fox. Even though it was, Minato, performed and portrayed the move. The reason is that's what happens literally. You make with Uzumaki as a whole. Even though, Minato didn't have, judgment literally as a fighter. When it came to Naruto, literally he had better judgment as a fighter. Helped Naruto get out of certain situations in the fourth grade ninja war. In other words, Minato has better intake. His outtake is horrible. Literally, he gets his arm cut off like future Gohan. So does Naruto, but after an epic fight at the end of the series. I like about Minato, and the reason why he's so good, literally why he does be recognized while Hokage is big as a whole, is the fact that he had just enough to get it done, but overly more to be enthusiastic. His calm demeanor literally led to both Naruto's downfall and success. And when Naruto met both Minato in the other world, literally, and his mother Kushina in the other world, let me know why his judgment came from being all alone. He still had the backbone of patience. That's what happens when Minato makes a deep-brain decision. Without Minato, there would be no Naruto. So on to literally the same contenders for this video. Naruto Uzumaki, #1 knucklehead ninja. How did he do as Hokage? For a train being built in Boruto in the very first episode, for a kid who's worse than him literally when he does graffiti, in hindsight than that actuality, means only one thing. He let his child literally ran free because he didn't want to be just like him when he was young, riding with his wings, no friends or female validation whatsoever. When it comes to the nation, let's get real in this video. He got prepared for stronger villains and opponents, upcoming like Shin, Ototsuki's literally, while his father Minato had no idea that literally enemies like Madara caused such a threat, the point where he lost his arm in the war, heavily not prepared and informed for the war. Naruto was so good that he had ninjas work on scientific weapons. Before he became Hokage, literally after the fourth grade ninja war, after the fight with Sasuke, he recognized that even though he had to still go to school, which infuriated him, but it told him about discipline. And what Naruto does for the new generation of elite builds is he makes them aware, apprehendable, and safe, doing the having the best security, the best info, the best knowledge that students need to be advanced before they enter class. Point where his son can fool around. I mean, literally, when he's Hokage is when they're on TV. And he did marry Hinata. This is a big contributing factor for, Naruto's insight. Literally have a younger sister that looks like a Hyuga. Overall, what made Naruto a decent Hokage, I won't say he's the best, was his intuition for a hidden elite ninja and his love for collecting ninja scrolls. Now, the reason really why this is on the base is because he was the last Hokage with ambition. And I feel like Tsunade, even though not liked by the fan base, way more political when it comes to Naruto, than her involvement with other nations. And her being a medical ninja, way more practical than Naruto. Like Naruto literally got things in general as a whole. Because of being Hokage, intricate paperwork, but like he lost and literally only got half. Shikamaru would have done way better. Sees his son Boruto literally disappointed. His intuition, remains flat. The core of his Hokage remains. But the strongest Hokage, why? Because he went through an interdimensional great ninja war literally that's traumatized. Filled with characters like Killer Bee literally that humble him and keep him stable where it comes to mentality. When it comes to the threat, he's on it 24/7. Being prepared for a war literally and keeping stability is two different things. I feel like literally if they went off in an anarchic society within Naruto, they'd have the same luck as Tsunade literally get medical resources for somebody like Pain attack the village. I feel like this. Both Hokages literally have the concept literally of what being a Hokage is. In hindsight and not in and out, which is why literally other characters like the Bruce Hokage and Hokage are way better. However, missing the component of Tsunade, the fact that they don't have trees literally with the other Hokages from the other villages that are literally soft-based like Tsunade. Even though I don't like her, compared to the other Hokages, I heard that her being a medical ninja gave her more insight. So anyways, what I'm saying is, if I make Naruto look, outstandingly better than Minato in this video, still think he's as good as Tsunade, but in this world, he takes the cake. Naruto is way more assertive, way more outstanding, way more goal-driven to be Hokage than Minato. How he treats his son is way different. And will Konohamaru be the 8th Hokage? Could be very possible, but they're neck and neck in terms of skill if you ask me. Naruto may have bandages on his arm, And Minato has a judgment literally of the life and dealing with Kushina that he can never deal with. Like I said, literally, how I feel like Naruto is as a Hokage is okay. As he lives in a generation spoiled ninja literally, and threat literally doesn't come, that far when it comes to their broader universe. Naruto as a whole, literally, is a big boss like Goku when it comes to dealing with villains like Delta. There's not much intricate to Naruto, literally, there's not enough contracts, there's not enough treaties. Motion going on Naruto, but there is, else that's in Galactico in outer space. This is why the village crumbles. So anyway, this is Hokage Naruto versus Minato, old 4th Hokage, Move Tricks, Riz Lord 7th, I'm out.